host, Clinton Washington, and your co-host, DeAngelo Gillespie. Let's go.
Welcome once again to 2 Cent the Podcast, and I am here, as usual, your favorite Uncle Clint. To my side, because of contract obligations, is Mr. DeAngelo Gillespie, Mr. Single out here in these streets.
Undefeated and still.
Mr. I got my car broken into and Uncle Clint's laptop got stolen.
Hey, man, you know, niggas they see you out here and they want to stop it. They can't. Let me stop saying shit like that. What I meant to say was that shit was very fucked up. I don't want to sound cool. It wasn't.
We got our laptop stolen.
Hey, man, we had a good night though, man. It was a good night. Huh?
Very good night.
I don't want to highlight the night with shit stolen from you.
And
laptops get stolen every day, B.
That's one of the reasons why we're here to do this podcast today. Have a very special guest on the show, friend of the show, inspiration of the show, and comedian extraordinaire. Hey, Dre, I left my phone. Can you bring my phone, please?
Oh man,
I don't have my show notes.
You still know them, man. You can just introduce them anyway. That's fucked up that you got to stop the podcast.
Hey, the thing about it, you can blame everybody else for your unprofessionalism. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take pride in blaming Dre for not making sure my phone was where it was supposed to be.
Well,
sometime that works. Plus he's half white, so
Man, who on the podcast, man?
Who on the podcast today is Mr. the comedian extraordinaire, somebody I have grown to really appreciate his work ethic, Mr. Clint Coley. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
So we got Clint Coley out here, and
where's the fucking?
Pause.
Yeah,
I was looking forward to it.
Hold on. Let me do this again.
I was looking forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, onto the show, onto the 2 Cent the Podcast. We have Clint Coley.
It don't feel the same, right?
Let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You're listening to this podcast. I am here in Portland. I did a show last night. My man Cab Washington put the applause button for him too.
Yeah, hey, thanks, man. Good to be here, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cut it off.
You gotta let it ride through.
No, man.
Does it cut off?
No, I don't. It does. You can probably just hit it and stop it.
Oh shit.
Like, you remember Rick Rude used to be like, cut the music. Some of you new niggas ain't outside. Y'all don't know about Rick Rude, dog. Ravishing Rick Rude, dog.
I need to come out and say, let me show you what a real man looks like.
Yeah, that's real shit, though. So, I mean, I'm not showing anybody. Anyway, your introduction was ass. And,
I'll take that.
All the whole, like, I mean, my man, you got lights, you got cameras, you got top-notch equipment. And, I was expecting a great introduction. And I don't mean that you have to, like, say, like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Just be, yo, like, you know what I realized? Like, when people on other people's podcasts and on shows, we be trying to introduce each other. And it's like, is it really that serious? Yeah. Hear me out. Yo, man, this man, you know him from blah, 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 blah. No, man. Just, who the fuck is he?
Yeah.
So, like, if Cab, when you on my show, I'll be like, yo, man, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man, Cab. It's my man.
Right.
Then they'll find out whether he's funny or not, and then you can tell them what you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why we gotta overthink an introduction? I'm high. I'm letting y'all know that now. So
That's the best way to be, man.
I'm high.
That's the best way to be.
I'm high.
That's how you enjoy life.
Oh shit, man! I'm glad y'all on here, man. Cab.
I'm on here, man.
Shit, I appreciate you.
Oh, Cab's on here.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for
April
coming,
14th, man, you performed.
Yeah.
Great show. What was your thoughts of the show?
I mean, it's a show, dog. What you want me to expect? What you want me to like? Let me ask y'all a question.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? What y'all want me to think of the
on,
show?
dog.
I'm a genius.
Oh,
I'm a comedic fucking genius, dog.
you.
That's what I thought of. But I can't say that because then I'm going to sound arrogant.
Okay.
So I got to play it off and say, oh, I'm cool. It was cool. That's what rappers do when they come on the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
They be like, yo, man, you did that show last night. How was that? Oh, it was cool. Crowd energy was great. That's what they did. That's am I right or wrong? Is that not the
fact?
Clinton, is that not the Uncle Clint? Is that not the
That's the way it goes.
That's the standard. So, but if I answer honestly, nigga, yeah, I'm the shit.
I expected it to go well.
I'm absolutely worth every penny motherfuckers paid to see.
What you doing in Portland though?
What do you mean? What am I doing in Portland?
How I get on your radar? You know, I don't.
It's on the map, dog.
Okay, explain the map. Explain the map.
I mean, I thought, but you know, it's not spots.
There's the United States of America. And, it's made up of 50 states, 48 mainland, and
Is it 48 mainland?
Yeah,
Oh, it is,
one's a peninsula, one's an island.
But how did
so
you
where's
get to
Portland fit in the
Portland?
map?
So you look at major cities on the map. There's of course there's New York. You know, there's
Up in New York,
Yeah, but Portland has shit.
yeah.
There's an NBA team here.
There is.
There is a soccer team here.
Is there?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Timber.
Oh, shit.
Okay, you know about the city.
Yo, and then but hear me out though, right? Like people forget about the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that goes on up here. You know what I mean? Seattle got shit. Seattle got baseball. Seattle got football. Seattle should have basketball.
Should have.
They did have basketball.
They're about to
have
get.
a-
I think they either just got hockey or about to get. They just got a hockey team again.
Yeah.
They got hockey now?
Yeah, they got a hockey.
They getting hockey.
They either getting it or like it's like it's happening. It's like the Raiders in Vegas.
Yeah,
Like,
but they definitely had one of the best basketball teams ever.
bro, the Sonics is fire.
Fire.
So the point I'm making is though, like you saying, how did it get on our radar? And it's like
Yeah, like
it's on the fucking map of the United States.
that was
one of the
Iowa,
48
but shit, I bet you-
mainland
well, I'm sorry. When I say how did it get on the map, I mean like when you plot a course and you say I want to go do a few shows.
Well, right now we're in COVID,
Yeah.
so we're just I'm also very like when it comes to markets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm about to drop a comedy album. I'm working on material for that album. And Portland is a very non-judgmental city
I get it.
to be able to work out your material with an honest crowd. Well, and you'll find out if it's funny. That's
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's how it is for 2 Cent open mic. You know, a very honest crowd.
Shameless plug in there.
Yeah, it's shameless. But one of the things I have to appreciate about last night's show, fresh material. Now, I own his albums. I can go into my playlist right now and play some of his material. Last night, I didn't hear one repeat of a joke. So I appreciate that. There was no repeat of a joke. So I guess all those other jokes worked, and we was trying out some new shit. And it was very funny show.
Can we get video of you saying this? I need the video.
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
a good.
I need the video to that. Here's why I need the video. Because people don't understand how hard it is to come up with new material. And it wasn't like I was up there for 15 minutes.
No, it was
Right.
an hour.
Like I was up there for an hour. And for you to say all fresh, like he said not one joke I've ever heard before.
No, not one.
Not one. And I ain't telling him to say that.
No, that's straight honest. That's that. You know what?
He said
and I'm a
own his
little
album. He
tipsy.
said, I've never heard. I didn't hear the same. Nigga, that just made my dick hard.
That went in the show now.
And I'm not gonna pause that. I'm not pausing that.
I'm not gonna pause it.
Nigga, no, like
I really
I'ma
wish you
pause
would,
that
but it's
for you.
okay.
I said what I said.
I said what I said, man.
pause
Dog,
that
like
for
dog,
you,
cause
bro.
like that's what comedians appreciate, bro.
Yeah.
Like think about that though, like for real.
No, 200.
Like to say you enjoyed a comedian show, and it was all new material.
Right.
Like saying like I'm a fan of this guy. I watch him. I listen to him. I didn't hear one old joke.
Yeah.
No.
Like that's what I wanted.
I mean, even just the stakes that we're in, the situation that we're in, like during a pandemic, right? An hour, just sitting in your crib trying to figure out funny shit to say for an hour around the country.
You know what? I gotta actually give my podcast credit for that.
Okay.
I think that's what kept me
Like
sharp.
funny
What's
shit.
your
not like dumb
podcast?
shit, funny
So
shit,
for
bro.
people who
yeah,
don't know,
advice from a fuckboy. So, I think that I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. I'm about to give y'all, anybody who's a podcaster or who's thinking about being in a podcast, doing a podcast, and you're scared to do it by yourself. I'm about to drop some gems on you real
okay,
quick.
here we go.
I learned how to podcast from Colin Cowherd.
Okay,
Give it up.
I learned how to talk to myself from Colin Cowherd.
Okay.
Y'all don't know who that is.
He's
on
a Fox.
ESPN.
No, he's not. He's on Fox. Yeah.
Oh shit. My bad.
Fox Sports
Put
analyst.
that up.
Okay.
ESPN.
Yeah, he was on ESPN, but yes, Fox Sports analyst. He has a very interesting take on things, whether you agree with him or not. I tend to. So here's what Colin does at the top of every show. At the top of every show, he relates a sports topic to like real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll take a topic like he'll talk about Aaron Rodgers and how Aaron Rodgers, yes, is gifted and yes, is the greatest thrower of the football. But he'll relate to why he isn't successful because people don't like him. If you watch the Tampa Bay Green Bay game,
Yeah.
literally when you listen to players talk about Tom Brady, they will run through a fucking wall for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And that was before all the accolades. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, Tom has been winning for 2 decades. 3 decades.
Now, yeah,
Yes.
90s, 2000s.
No,
Yeah.
2000s, 2010s,
And now
2020s.
Yeah.
He's been winning for 3 decades.
Damn near fucking.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
Los Angeles Rams started his.
Well, the point
Rise.
the point I'm making is that, you know, for you to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback multiple times, like somebody has to buy into what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady has the sauce. The sauce is like he will, you know what I'm saying? He gets people to run through walls from. The point I'm making is, well, all of that is, everything good, bro?
It sounds like a camera
The
turned
camera's
off. And
turned
so,
off,
you know,
yeah, that's what it looks like.
we got our guy
Okay.
Dre that's checking on everything to make sure you get that video that you requested.
No, I mean, you already said it, so I'm good.
That was great. Yeah, even the audio shit.
But the audio is always going to
Yeah,
be
the
in play.
audio's fine. Yeah.
So I'm a back up about 2 steps just to give people who have been living under a rock and not understanding the greatness of this genius. So outside of stand-up comedy, Clint has written, produced, and starred in various short films. So let's start.
Wait. He's reading that off the paper.
Okay.
So look, no, let's just talk. No, but let's continue having this conversation though. Hear me out.
Right.
I learned how to podcast from Colin Cowherd. He relates real life, but he does a monologue at the top of the show. And he's talking to himself and having a conversation with himself. That helped me during the pandemic as I'm doing this. Like, mind you, I'm doing podcasts. I don't have guests on the show that often. I mean, I do. But like for the most part, I don't really have a lot of guests on the show.
Right.
Yeah,
It's mainly just me. And literally, I will sit there and talk for 45 minutes straight. Sometimes on live, sometimes without being on live.
Right.
So think about it. I'm really in a studio having a conversation with myself. And it also helped me do stand-up because now I'm making myself laugh with some of the shit I'm saying. I'm like, well, other people might find it funny too.
And then you just take it.
That's what that. So to make it all come back, the pandemic really. I gotta really thank the podcast for keeping me on my toes comedically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Everybody eats.
Yeah. What about it?
Everybody eats. Explain that.
I mean, what am I? Explaining?
No. So what are you explaining it? So basically, one of your new things is everybody eats.
It's one of my new things.
Yeah.
All right. So
You probably gotta explain that.
nah, like you know how like I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
I know what I think it means, but I don't want to get in front of you with it.
Nah. He just like went on Google and just looked at shit. And it just
That was
was
on
like
that was
we
on
gon-
the shirt though.
And then we gonna ask about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Everybody Eats is my production company. You know what I mean? So the World Series of Spades is an Everybody Eats production. You know what I'm saying? Anything that we do from now on, like this tour, is Everybody Eats Productions. Like my album, Everybody Eats. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole point is, I mean, you watch Paid in Full, like, you know what I mean? Like, what you not eating, nigga? Everybody eats.
Right.
That's it. That's all it means.
Bottom line, looking out for
Everybody eats.
looking out.
Everybody.
So we had a podcast a while back by Reaching Back. You know, you coming out of Philly, through New York, through LA, and you got Cab on here from Philly. So was it a thing of reaching back to Philly to make sure, you know, you seen some more success coming out of Philly?
Nah, it was nepotism.
Are y'all family?
No, I mean, I know his cousin.
Okay,
That's how I met him. I'm not even,
All right.
I mean, I'm,
no, that's real. Hey, I tell you what.
and then like we have like, I mean, like through like getting to know him. Like we didn't grow up in the same area. We're not from the same neighborhood. We don't have the same friends, but he went to school with people I know. He's very close. You know, we know the same people. And then like he cool. Like, you know what I mean? That's really it. Like, I mean, I don't understand, like people, we don't work with each other, you know, especially comedians. We don't pick necessarily who's the funniest. And I'm not saying that means that he's not funny or is funny. I think he's funny. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't think he was funny, he wouldn't be on the show. But my point is that there's comedians that's better than him, just like there's comedians that's better than me as openers. You know what I'm saying? Like DL could have had anybody, you know what I'm saying? But he had me. Right. You know what I'm saying? You work with who you like. You know what I'm saying? True. Like that's just the bottom line. You work with who you like and who's talented and who you like. I think he's funny and I like his company. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, you know, like my thing is that, you know, when you're working, when you're trying to get opening acts and stuff like that, you just want to see who you mesh with. That's really what it's all about. You know, you put on your friends, man. You put on guys that you and guys that you wouldn't mind traveling with and being in the RV with or whatever we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You don't want to be with guys who you feel like who you feel like is either jealous or is hating or don't want you to have what you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and this is me being the opener for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never was jealous or hated DL. I just wanted what he had. That ain't jealousy. Yeah. That just means I need to work hard. I ain't gonna stab him in the back to get it. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna I didn't sabotage his show to get what I want. At the end of the day, I'm on his team. Right. If you don't want to be on my team and you want to get your own team, then do that. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Like it's not but my thing is DL had me around because he liked me. I like him. Like outside of comedy, like that's like my dad. Yeah. Like outside of comedy, DL Hughley is there's my dad who's no longer here. There's DL and Gary Monroe. Those are my fathers. Right. You know what I'm saying? DL taught me things my dad could never teach me. Not in a sense of being a man. DL showed me how to be a professional. Yeah. Okay. DL showed me how to give the crowd their money's worth. You know what I mean? Now I don't always listen to the nigga. No, I'm playing. but no, he showed me how. Like I watched how to be. Like he tips. Like how he tips, how he moves. Like he moved like he moved like a star. Like if you ever around him, if you ever like the star is here. Okay. Like that's not even a question. The star is in the build, like it. So, and yesterday, like, or even with me and Colin, you know, going on these shows and shit, you know, things are sold out, and you know, we move I feel like we try to move like we stars, and I don't mean that in like a flashy way. Like we didn't roll up with a whole entourage. We didn't have, you know, a flock of bitches or no shit like we just high and drunk and just talking shit. Vibing, yeah. We just chilling.
All right, man. I got some questions. I ain't Clint, so my questions ain't gonna be as polished. I don't care about shit like that. I mean, I care about it. I mean, but every nigga got a road. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to ask you this as comedians, as fellow artists who are on stage. So. Y'all do something a little different, and what I mean by a little different, man, I always equated and put comedy like poetry. Like I know I go on stage and people find relevance in what I do because they can relate to it. So comedy, I feel like that's spoken word on 1,000 because you gotta, you know, because you want, think about it. It's some shit that's funny in your head and you want it to be funny to us, right? Or it is funny, and so people find relevance in it, and they can relate to the shit, so they fuck with it. But the question I want to ask y'all is how y'all eating. This is exactly how y'all eating. So in the world we living in right now, this is the question. In the world we living in right now, where you can make one false move and you can say some shit that's funny. I mean, some of this shit off color, some of this off. I mean, we just some niggas from where we from, and if it's funny, it's funny. But if you say something. How conscious are you that you could say something, and next thing you know, niggas have your name online all day next week talking about trying to take your little bit from you. I mean, I'm in Israel. Shit.
I don't feel that way.
You don't feel like they can? You don't feel like at all?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because I don't have stupid ass views. Like let's be honest.
Okay.
Some of the shit N-words be saying is ignorant.
I agree.
Okay.
So let me like outside of like it's cancel culture and stuff like that. No, some of you niggas is ignorant.
Yeah.
Some of you niggas I'm just keeping it a buck.
But
like,
don't they have the right to say the shit though?
They have the right to say whatever they want, but also as an audience, we have the right to react too.
Okay.
Right.
We have a right to say that whether we are or aren't going to support you.
Right.
You can say whatever you want. Like I could go on this podcast right here and say, "Yo, I support Donald Trump." I could say that.
Yeah.
I can legitimately say that.
Yeah.
I'm not. Now I don't, by the way, but I'm just saying that's my right to go on air and say that.
Right.
But now I have to be prepared for whatever comes with that. Whether that disappoints my audience, whether that disappoints my family, you know this when you saying this. When people have some of these views, so my thing is we don't cancel people for liking Donald Trump. Y'all do know that.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not canceled because you have a different political view.
Right.
You're canceled because you sometimes have either a egotistical view,
Right.
or you have a selfish view, or you have a disrespectful view. Prime example, right? Like Boosie had his view on Dwayne Wade's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Boosie is, people are like, oh, people were upset with how he felt, right? And Mike Tyson confronted him about that. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, like, what's up with all that? Like, and Boosie, had to, said, I need to shut the fuck up. Yeah. He said that out of his mouth.
Now,
We didn't cancel him for saying that, but we like, dog, this is stupid.
Right.
Well, it is stupid, but check in. Like, okay, so y'all what, mid 30s?
I'm 33. I'm 33.
Okay,
30,
so
yeah.
check in. But some of this shit gotta be where we are.
But here's the
life,
thing.
though.
Okay.
But we can't expect this shit from a nigga who,
Okay,
who,
let's
who
say
50,
no.
60.
You can. You have to adapt with the changes. Like, think about it like this. I was listening to DMX the other day, right?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
And on his literally in the song, The Rough Riders. What? The Rough Riders. Yeah. He got the last verse.
Yeah.
He got the last verse. Ballistic. And then he calling niggas faggots.
Yeah.
You can't say that now.
Right.
Yeah.
But rappers know this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So like me, I'm not getting on the podcast and calling homosexual or people who choose homosexuality the F word.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you should be able to do
And
it.
making it in a joke though.
But what I'm asking you is, okay.
Oh, you're not speaking.
But we not doing it. But half of the reason why we not doing it, I gotta equate some of this shit to our age. Because watch that. For us, when was this shit tolerable? Elementary? Fucking grade school? Maybe?
When was what, Tyler? Oh,
This
saying,
shit.
saying-
Yeah.
saying-
Okay, so wait, hold on. This shit ain't never been cool. College ain't never been cool. Late high school. So that's for us. But for somebody, y'all do know that somebody is walking around this bitch. They've been going their whole
And they have,
fucking
but
life.
they have to deal with the consequence. Like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, like, listen,
200.
we hold people accountable, bro. Like, let's just let's stop this. Like, we could talk about like us, saying like, oh, like I grew up like this, or I came from this, or I know this. But you gotta understand the world is. But I gotta understand that the world is bigger than Philadelphia. So I grew up like, saying certain stuff and doing certain stuff, and now I gotta unlearn that.
But I'm only asking you what is the penalty? Hold on, wait.
Well, how do you unlearn it?
Hold on, time out. Before we go to I agree in change behavior, dog. I agree in change behavior. What I'm saying is, okay, I can say, hey, yo, man, that shit ain't cool. Dog, don't say that shit again. Don't say that shit again. You're gonna get everybody fucked up in here. I can say that. What I'm saying is, I can't take that shit out your head, though. You've been saying that shit. So then,
what are we judging? What are we talking about? Because you can't get canceled for what you think.
I'm only asking you,
Right.
how far should the consequences be?
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay, you want to have that conversation? Okay. If
your
you are
bread
a
and butter.
comedian, if you are a comedian and you going on stage calling homosexuals faggots, if you saying the F word,
I want y'all to know this shit is just an example.
no, I mean they
No,
know
no,
that. They
yeah,
know.
They
Come
they
on.
know.
They
They
know
following.
that, man. They're not.
Nigga,
Nobody's going to take a clip and say, "Oh, he said it." And
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
You know we gonna make sure they don't.
But there's a whole.
I got a whole legal team watching
It's
us
not.
right
It's
now.
no legal. That needs to be. I'm just saying. They know it's an example. My point is, if you're a comedian, you're going on stage deliberately saying the F word, and you're doing it and not making an example.
Right.
Like if you're doing it, like if you're saying it and not like, you know what I mean? Like if it's not an example, then no, you should definitely deal with the consequences
Okay.
of whatever comes with that. You
That's
should.
What about this, Clint? Sorry, cut you off.
Which Clint?
No, Clint Coley.
Hey, Kev,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right.
I got a question. What about as a creative when you're working out some stuff that isn't fully fleshed out? What about that piece? When you have a hot take, but it isn't communicated in the best way.
What do you mean?
Like if you're trying to communicate something about a hot button topic, whether it be the trans community, all these kind of like,
Do your homework first, man.
So you saying it's off limits?
Like, no, I say you do your homework before you make a comment. Like, okay, so like I have a cousin right now. My cousin is transitioning into a woman.
okay,
All right, I support her.
right,
She wants to be addressed as a new name. I will address her as a new name. That is my take on that. Right? Now, that is the not only that's the of course that's the PC take, but that's also legitimately my take. All right? Now, if your take is the opposite of that, whereas my cousin, he want now be a girl, and if that's my take, I have to be prepared because it's out in the open and it's out in the audience for people not to support me because of my take. Don't forget, the same takes you have, you gain fans for.
Yeah.
So you also can lose fans for those takes.
right.
Like literally, like people become a fan of you because of your takes of stuff. Like I'm a fan of Colin Cowherd
right, because
of his takes.
Yeah.
But if I ever found out if he uses nigger in his real life,
Yeah.
I would never support him again.
Right.
I would never listen to him again. If I ever found excuse me, hearing him, he doesn't make his political status known. I knew he didn't fuck with Trump though. That was apparent.
Okay.
Like he said I'm not he would always say like I like my president's presidential. You got to remember he's on Fox. He can't really say, and he's also not a political podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean? He gets paid for his sports takes.
Right.
And you do know, like, if you work for a network like ESPN, Fox Sports, you're allowed to have political takes in the police shootings and stuff like that.
Right.
But you are not allowed to criticize the president or none of that
You
shit.
can't even criticize the NFL barely.
You can't.
You
Yeah,
can't talk about Roger Goodell.
you can't do that.
Because it's an affiliation thing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
I didn't even know that.
no,
Yeah, you can't do. No, you can't. Yeah, like you can't. Like, okay,
You could say-
when Donald Sterling happened, get him out of basketball, right? Even though he's an NBA owner,
Right.
but what he did was so egregious.
Right.
You're allowed to talk about that. But let's say Adam Silver made a poor judgment on a suspension with a player. You can't criticize Adam Silver.
Yeah. You could say like
I feel like it should have been.
Yeah, but you're never like Adam Silver as a leader of the NBA.
You can't. You're David
'Cause
Stern.
then you're messing up people's money.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I just always feel like as a creative man, I want the opportunity
You should be able to say whatever the fuck
to
you
fuck
want.
up.
And you,
and to fuck up.
You can
no,
fuck-
no, hold on, whoa. I don't want to mistake fuck up for be.
no, you can make a mistake.
yeah,
you
but
can make a genuine mistake.
You can make a mistake, man, but you don't. First of all, I feel like this. Me, DeAngelo, I don't tend to lend myself to other people's personal lives because I don't feel like who you fucking is going to affect me and how you living going to affect me. If we doing business, let's do business. If we, you know what I'm saying, if we
Right.
cool, let's be cool. I ain't gonna I'm just for me, we probably ain't gonna never get to no shit like that. I don't want to offend you. However, I'm gonna say how I feel, but I feel like I guess what I was saying to you, Clint, and now Cav, I feel like because of our age, we almost kind of got out the shit just on where we are with the shit, because we grew up a certain way to where we already know the shit ain't cool. I guess the reason why I asked you all is because I feel like comedy is right on the fucking edge, and you want to be right on the edge sometimes. Not it don't make you no funnier to be on the fucking edge and offend people, but y'all know that some people, y'all. Oh man,
He almost, bro. It got scary. You gotta look at run the tape back and look at my face.
I wish you could.
I'm like,
oh y'all niggas some haters. Clint
bro, he almost knocked.
But he caught it though.
Yeah, bro. It wasn't. It wasn't. We weren't hating.
Like it was fucking.
No, you're not watching this. Motherfucker, like my light, nigga. That's a serious light. If that breaks,
right,
that could cause a fire.
But he saved the drink too. He ain't even abandoned the drink,
bro. He saved the drink.
That was the most important part of the whole fucking situation.
No, it wasn't.
I'm gonna make sure this drink.
You said
get at least some of this drink available.
I didn't know that shit was going for.
Bro, so we wasn't hating on your speech. We weren't, because you didn't finish your statement and your question.
Oh nah, because I saw y'all looking. I'm like, oh shit, is the light coming down?
Yes, we got scared.
I'll say that I agree to some extent with what you're saying. Is that
I mean, because you want to be on the edge, no?
I don't agree. I don't agree with wanting to be on the edge for the sake of edge sake. Like that's corny.
That's corny.
That's you trying to catch a vibe. Like
here's the thing.
Y'all put me on.
That's trendy as fuck.
Those are the comedians who have the problem with censorship.
Right.
The ones who are trying to be edgy. Like there's comedians I know personally. There's comedians that I've come up with who, especially this is a thing in New York. Like you want to be dark. Their humor is specifically dark.
But you're saying that ain't
they have rape jokes. They have, you know what I'm saying?
No, that shit ain't funny.
Well, I mean, but there's a niche out there of people who are trying to be edgy.
Right.
There are comedians who just have takes, and you just happen to find it edgy. But the comedian has a legitimate point behind the take.
Right.
So like
the why we're here. Like the sign of a good comedian is like you understanding why they're talking about what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah. So
versus
give me
just
go
ahead.
Prime example. My bad, Colin.
No, you go, Cat.
I just
Cat, my bad.
Go for it.
Prime example. Last night, I was like, yo, I have my take on the Capitol riots. My take on the Capitol riots is not what everybody think it is, which is, oh man, if they were black, you already know what happened. Motherfucker, duh. Nigga, we know that. Like, you don't gotta keep saying that. Man, if they were black, we know. I know.
First of all, we wouldn't have been out there.
But I'm just saying though, we already know what happens, man. Like I'm tired of woke black people trying to woke up other. We know. I know. Tell the white people that they don't know. But I say that. But my actual take is that I found humor in it because I legit saw my 6th grade teacher on TV.
No, she wasn't that one, was she?
Yeah, my 6th grade teacher was on TV.
He was saying,
in the riot.
I don't know if that's really her name.
And
that's really her name.
What was her name?
He tied it back.
Whatever you said in the show.
He tied it back to his personal experience with her.
Yeah.
You know, and your mom.
Okay, wait. Tell us about your teacher.
I don't want to talk about
don't tell the joke.
She's kind of cute.
Yeah, but don't you tell the joke.
Miss Mose?
Yeah, she was kind of. Listen,
she wasn't on. She was on TV, but she wasn't like a focal point. Like I saw her in the midst of it.
Oh, I saw her though.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. That's my old manness coming out. She was sexy.
Man, what the fuck you talking about?
Bro, no, she was sexy.
I don't even like white women, bro.
Hey,
oh man,
sexy.
Oh. And you in Portland and you going to Seattle tonight? Well, shit, you gonna have a terrible
time. Damn, dog, you just put all my plans on the podcast.
My bad. Don't worry.
Jesus Christ.
We on the 2 week. We on the 2 week.
You don't know where this name going, man.
My bad.
We in Portland right now.
We're in Portland.
We got a show that we're gonna do tonight.
We got a show tonight.
This nigga next stop is the moon. Don't worry about it. Cause honestly, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop goddamn saying people business just because I'm around. Cause
no, I mean ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. Yes, I'm going I am going to Seattle.
Well,
tonight.
You know what happened? You want to know what happened to me last night? I told everybody I was at your goddamn show, and somebody came and relieved me of my goddamn computer. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what? And this nigga told me last night. He told me this morning. Maybe you wouldn't tell everybody where the fuck you was at.
Yeah.
And have license plate with goddamn ATL boy on your shit, and then maybe people ain't fucking goddamn know what the fuck your shit was.
You ain't say that in the intro in the beginning.
Man.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you think those are some
So, listen,
ATL ties? You think?
no, you know what?
Hey, listen.
My business partner here has some very unsavory associates that would have been some suspects to break into his vehicle.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna say this, and then we gonna move on to Cab and Clint. we are currently tracking the iPad. Please don't have that shit when I pull up, cause you and all your partners gonna listen. We live. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This guy's silly.
You know how the fuck I get down.
Clint, man. So let's kind of back up a little bit.
I'm sorry. That,
But I don't know if we properly.
I don't even know.
I don't know if we properly addressed the cancel thing real quick. I think in a very
All of this got to go back
way,
to cancel culture.
In a very
Like he just threatened the nigga.
Nah. I wasn't threatening nobody, man. I wasn't threatening. Clint, don't put that shit in the air, man.
I did. You just said you know how I get down.
Hey, just understand.
I'm
I was at home.
I don't know how you get down. Is this a setup? Because I don't have your iPad. I swear I don't, bro. I don't. And I will get, man. Look, man.
That's why. Because I don't know if you have my shit. I don't know.
I don't have it, man. I don't know where it is. I don't
find my iPad. It's coming up in your pocket.
Yeah, dog.
It's a MacBook. It ain't an iPad.
Bro, okay. I don't even have a Mac, man. I don't own a Mac, man. I don't Mac.
DeAngelo got everybody.
I don't even know the words NAC. What the fuck?
No, I'm here for it, bro.
I don't know how to spell Mac.
Hey guys, let's move on.
I don't know.
I ain't mean to take
Who the fuck is Mac?
I ain't mean to take y'all down the cancel culture shit, man. I just when I think
I think it's an important question.
When I think of comedians, that's what I think of. I think of like, you know, because everybody. Well, when I think, I know Clint looking crazy right now. No, man, let me expound on this. When I think of comedians, I think it's a very slippery slope, man. Because, you know, especially right now. Man, y'all know folks they can't do what they want to do. Like, I don't know, man. I don't like being told what to fucking say. I'm not saying you got.
It's not being told what to say. It's just don't be ignorant. Like you're not being
same
told.
As real life,
but that's
like it's literally like yo, like
it's like when we're all sitting down,
bro. Like I'm a grown ass man. Like I don't okay. All right, I'm not okay. This is how I really look at it, and this is just my take.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I'm not.
Make sure you know that it's his take.
This is my take.
The comics take.
This is my take.
Clint's take on it. Yeah.
I am not a criminal. Yeah. Right? But I don't understand criminals who can't not break the law. Because I don't break the law. Like, I mean, when I say I don't break the law, like, nigga, I'll run a red light. Yeah. But like, I'm not going out here armed robbery. Like, I'm not
too much.
I'm not doing that. Right. Like dudes is like, yo, I can't stay off probation. Like, cause my dad, he used to be a prison counselor. Yeah. And guys would come in and out of jail. Right. Like, I mean, he's in prison. So there's guys coming doing 4 years here, 4 years there, 2 years here, 3 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how can you not stay out of trouble? Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for me, it's easy. I don't break the law. So the point I'm making is that I have bullshit takes, but I don't have offensive takes.
But I think that the majority of this shit is like, yeah, nobody would ever accuse me of having homophobic or transphobic takes, but shit, I've been accused of being misogynistic.
When have you said
you've been accused of being misogynistic and toxic?
First of all, let me tell you something.
Which brings our ratings down.
But what did you say?
Oh my God!
I think I told. First of all,
and then what kind of? Were you on stage? You was on a podcast?
I tell people
on stage and a podcast.
No, bro. I just asked one question.
What did I say?
What did you say?
Oh Lord, Jesus!
I think I told a young.
Please
lady.
don't repeat.
You said I think I told. No.
I told a young lady that she wasn't intellectually up to this conversation.
Oh,
that is, first of all, time out. That's not toxic or misogynistic, and it has nothing to do with you being a woman. It has everything to do with you being stupid. You could have been stupid I tell people all the time, I don't attack people. I only attack messages. And stupid shit comes from a lot of people. You can attack a message, and I think I was trying to get to it at, hey, sweetheart, whether it had been you, your motherfucking brother, your mama, your daddy, had they said it, I addressed things where they are. I didn't think it was misogynistic.
Let's go. Hey, bro. I'm gonna stop you.
But we living in a world where it's
whoa, hold on.
I'm just asking you a question.
it.
Let me get.
Go ahead.
I'm just
go ahead.
asking you one more question.
Go for it.
One more question. What led up to the you're not intellectually on this conversation?
I think
That's what was
oh,
the comment and what was your take on the conversation?
I think I was having a conversation. The majority of the time, I'm online arguing. Most like it's just
You're online arguing where?
But that's important to this conversation.
No, I hear you, player. I hear you say it's important to the conversation. I think we was talking about I think we were talking about the plight of black people. So and she was telling me that black people should worry about black people and only black people. And I think I had kind of got at them about pretty much you can't be for Asians being victims of minority and black people standing idle because oppression is oppression, and if black people are winning the oppression Olympics and that, you know what I'm saying, if we know the shit best, why would you be okay with any of this shit, man? When they finish with them, they gonna come to us. And I think her take was on some shit like black people should mind black people business. And I just didn't think that was like, and dude, when people say shit like that, I just find it ridiculous, man. Because, yeah, I get what you're saying. I even understand what you're saying. I just don't agree with it. Like, and it's fine not to agree, man. We all individuals. We don't gotta agree with this shit, man. It's a lot of. How the fuck you gonna be cool with anybody?
Okay, wait. Let's
But
jump over that.
I don't want to take this podcast.
Wait. Let's jump over that. So, I want to get back to. We got Clint Coley here.
I don't want to talk about that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that shit. We go
This
obviously jump over that conversation.
I'm okay with that.
I got one of my favorite comedians, and Clint Coley. I'm gonna let you know you have jumped to my top 5.
Oh.
You've jumped to my top 5. I've actually had the chance of seeing him perform 3 times. 3 times. And all 3 times, I never heard the same material. Now, my top number 1 comedian, I won't say who that is because I don't want to discredit them. I've heard repeated material. And I understand comedians have to work on different things over and over again or whatever. And I'm not a professional in that.
Hey, Clinton, I'm going to stop you right there,
okay.
bro. Like, you got lucky that you heard me 3 times and I didn't have the same, and I had the same material. But there's been time, like, I've had the same set when I was with DL for a long time.
Yeah.
I added a little bit to it. I'm not, because there's nothing wrong, because, like, it's hard, like, I'm not going to discredit, like, it's hard to have a new hour material.
Right.
It's hard. So
Hard to get a new 10.
yeah, it's hard to get a new 10, yeah. So what I'm saying is that like I'm not going to take like that's my thing. Like I'm not going to act like every time you see me it's going to be fresh material.
Right.
Because sometimes it might not be. It's been that way. You literally saw me once and then you got to saw me open for DL, which is 10 minutes it's about 20 minutes.
Right.
Then you got to see me do an hour, which means I get more time to do what I want, which means I get more time to play with the audience and more time. You know what I mean? And that to me is lucky. Like you got lucky.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like but if you saw me next week or in 2 weeks, it's gonna be the same show.
Okay.
Or if you saw him back-to-back shows.
But that's when you're working on stuff to, you know.
Nah, but even if, like, shit, you might see me next year, and it might be some of the same stuff.
You know what, man? I got your album. I saw you, I think the first time was around March 16th to March 17th of 2016 or 17.
Okay.
And then I started to follow. Now, I first started following you when you were doing the short clips of videos.
Yeah, we're all
hey, I'll talk to you later because I want to know the young lady that that was in your videos. I think she'll be very good for our partnership. But anyway, never mind. But anyway, I watched you there, and then all of a sudden I see this guy, and he's performing and opening up for D.L. Hughley. Years later, I see this same guy, and he's headlining shows. I'm very fucking impressed. I'm not going to lie. I'm very fucking impressed. Because for me to really appreciate a comedian or like yourself, a poet,
You don't appreciate me.
doing new material. And every
Your
single time.
your partner doesn't feel appreciated.
No, you know what? Because sometimes he repeats.
Let me tell you something. When I told this man, let's do this shit, his ass looked at me like I was fucking speaking Spanish, man. Whatever, man. And he went with it. It's all good.
No, I, with all honesty, I can sit here and go, you know what, man? It has every single time that I've seen Clint Coley perform, which yesterday might have been the fourth time. It's new. When I follow him online and, I got that second to tune in and see what he's talking about, it's new.
I ain't gonna lie,
Advice of a fuckboy. How did you come up with advice for a fuckboy?
It's advice from a fuckboy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was going through a breakup.
Okay.
Girl didn't want to take accountability.
What year?
Okay.
This was like 2018. And
Honesty.
My manager at the time was like, yo, you need a podcast.
Yo.
And I was like, I didn't want to do a podcast at the time because I feel like everybody was doing podcasts.
Sound like you.
Yo, man, that line he just said,
But
he
then
said
I-
she didn't want to take accountability. That is hilarious.
And I'm just no. What I mean by accountability in that sense was more so just in our relationship. It just felt like it was always on me. Like I was the problem, and I'm like, yo, like I ain't do it all the time. Like you contributed.
Yeah.
So I just started having that perspective, and not really like see. There's two extremes. There's the guys who ride hard for women, and they're like, oh, ladies, you don't need to be dealing with a man like this. You don't need to be dealing with a man like this. Those guys, there's those guys who shall remain nameless, and then there's the guys who like really trash women, and they should remain nameless. I don't do either of that. I just want to have honest, fun conversation, and I let women talk. That's the thing. Like that's the problem. Like niggas be getting in women way because y'all don't let women talk. Like it's stupid. Like you don't let women talk. Like if you let women talk, like you can understand what they be saying. They don't be wrong. They don't be wrong. They're just irrational. They're not wrong.
Explain. You know what you mean? They not wrong.
They're not wrong. Some in the way they feel.
Give it like a situation, bro.
Okay.
That was very like sweeping general.
All right. This girl. We had the conversation about, like how you treat a chick you just fucking. And this girl was mad because she was talking about how like this guy she's fucking only fucks. Like he don't kiss. He don't
Appropriate.
No, but see, hear me out. She's not wrong. She's not wrong for this.
Like I said, appropriate.
She's not wrong for feeling how she feels. She's absolutely right. If a girl is giving you, like, okay, the women that I'm just having sex with, Colin, you've seen some women I've dealt with. They bad. Like, I'm talking like top tier. And I don't sleep around like that. Like, I would have in my heyday, I would have like 3 or 4 joints that I really fuck with. Right?
Yeah.
Now, they're not my girlfriend. We just fucking, but at the end of the day, I'm at the point where we're fucking, but we gotta at least be cool. And there's certain things that I think that I would do for somebody just as cool and just as a man. I'm making sure you get home safe. When you come over my house and you giving me pussy, like you could be giving other niggas pussy, but you giving me pussy, I'm gonna give you something to eat.
That's the least you could do.
I'm gonna give you something to eat. Like, but like niggas be like niggas act like it's a big deal. Like niggas act like, oh man, like we just fucking man. Like, oh, like if let's say the girl that you having sex with, consensual sex with, right, says, yo, can you kiss me? She not wrong for wanting to be kissed. If you don't want to do, if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to do it, then guess what? You ain't fucking.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like you don't. If you don't want to do it, so she's not wrong for saying, yo, I want a man to kiss me. I want a man to touch me. I want a man to hold me after sex. Is she wrong for asking that? No. She's wrong for getting mad if you're not giving that without communicating that.
That's a great connection. That's good. I didn't know if you were gonna be able to take it back there. Yeah,
that's what it is.
But that pain, and
if you let women, but if you just let women talk, like they say that,
right?
They literally say that.
But I think a lot of that is
women is not like they'll say like, yo, listen, if you can't give me what I'm asking for. Like, bro, everything, like, sexual exchanges are quid pro quos. This for that. You both equally have to be happy. Even in a situationship. If you have boundaries, she respects those. If she say she got boundaries, you got to respect those.
Kissing in her mouth is my boundary.
Okay, so if you saying you don't want to kiss on the mouth, right?
Man, you know what kind of shit happens after you kiss him.
Bro, you're not wrong for that.
I'm being honest.
Listen,
He's not wrong for that.
Advice from an old dude.
I ain't even being
don't
funny
kiss
right
her.
Bro, no, you're not, but you're not wrong for that. But guys will try to make women feel like they're wrong for wanting to kiss.
I feel you.
They're not wrong for wanting to kiss.
You're right, Clint.
If you don't want to do it, then don't fucking do it.
Right.
Listen, advice from an old dude. I'm gonna say this for the second time. Don't kiss her.
You know what kind of shit run through their fucking mind after you kiss them?
Hey, you know what? It's not the point of what runs through her mind. It's what ran through her lips before you kissed her.
Wait, hold on. Whoa, sorry, he brought up a good point. So you said what runs through her mind?
Yeah, man.
Got it.
I'm gonna be honest.
So it's more about the.
When I was a younger man, I used to think I was. I used to say to women. I used to say I'm not responsible for the shit that goes through your mind, the fantasies that you make up. But you know what I learned as an older man? Nigga, you are absolutely responsible for the shit that go through her fucking mind.
Right.
Cause this is your fucking production and you fucking did all of this silly shit. Clint ain't wrong when he fucking say, nigga, be conscious of what you saying, cause she ain't wrong to ask for it. But when you give it, understand shit what you just did. And I don't even like to say shit like this in public, but sometimes it ain't worth it. No, I'm not trying to be funny, man. It's not worth it because, I mean, this has nothing to do with my situation, but fellas, this how you get your goddamn car windows and shit broke out, motherfucker. You goddamn say all this shit, you sell these fucking dreams, and when she come to cash in on these dreams, your ass is fucking at the comedy club watching goddamn Cav and Clint with the next bitch, and she see your car outside, and nigga, it's a sad occasion. Nigga.
Yeah, it is.
We are trying to get to the bottom of that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. We got police reports for that. No snitching, though.
That ain't what we talking about, though, man. We talking about other shit.
Clint.
We talking about comedy shit.
No, we tied it back. Go ahead.
So as we go into your career, what is the biggest thing that you have learned coming from a opener to now a headliner? What is the thing that you've learned that you can give as advice to other comedians coming up?
I don't have none.
You're not gonna give them nothing?
I don't have no advice because I just started.
You know what?
I just started.
There's
no advice I can give. I mean, like, and I'm not saying I just started. Meaning, like, I've been headlining. You've been. First of all, let's start here. Every comedian has headlined at least one show.
Right.
1 year into comedy, for the most part, has been the main, like, has done, whether you had the time or didn't have the time, you were the headliner or you went last or whatever. It's happened at least once. Right?
If you've been putting in the work.
Now, the only difference now is like, I'm really selling tickets at a premium price. So I'm $20 a ticket. You know what I mean? Like, I've moved up on the echelon of comedians. Because I'm $20 a ticket. I was headlining and selling out shows when I was $5 a ticket.
Whoa.
I was $5 a ticket. Before that, I was paper in the room. I've been headlining. we all know what it takes. There's no difference. Difference now is, are people willing to pay to see you?
Okay.
Like, do you put asses in seats? That's really the difference. It's not the attitude. It's not the swag. It's not you going last. It's no matter what happens, no matter who rips the stage before you, DL ain't got it easy. He gotta go after me, and he had to go after this nigga named Bo. He had to go after Malik S. He had to go after Ali Sadiq. He that ain't easy, dog. No matter what them motherfuckers do.
Yeah.
Right.
That's real. They're great.
They're great.
Like
Top
do it
tier.
without- Yeah.
But when DL get on stage, all that shit calm down.
Okay.
Because they come to see him. They paid $45 to see him.
Clint. It's so fucking weird calling somebody else your name. But anyway, I'm going to get over that. Clint, if you had to look at this from a non-comedic standpoint, how would you view where you were 5 years ago to where you are right now? Do you see that your strides to get where you are now was beneficial? Or would you give, you say to a comedian, you know what? Don't do this instead. What advice would you give to that up and coming comedian? Because now when I started following you, you had the short films on YouTube or whatever. And I thought they were fucking hilarious. You got into this limelight from a totally different space from somebody like Dave Chappelle, D.L. Hughley, even Kevin Hart. You created content to draw our attention to you. Is that the route? Or should we be looking for something else?
I think your route is your route. Everybody has different muscles they flex or can flex or don't flex.
Okay.
Okay. I don't do impersonations. You know why? Because I suck at them. Right? That's not my lane. So certain sketch comedy shows and stuff like that probably wouldn't be the best space for me. Also, I don't write very good sketches, meaning like 2-minute things, like stuff like that for TV and stuff. Like, that's not my thing. I like to create what I like to create, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just like my style of stand-up is different from, there's no route. Your route is your route. You do what makes you happy. Yes, that's it. You just do genuine work. Like, make it genuine. Like, motherfucker, like, that's the thing. Everything that I've done that's been from the heart has been successful. If I was doing it trying to be funny, it never worked.
Okay.
Like, the World Series of Spades is from the heart.
I'm trying to get in on
Dude,
Like,
that was the best shit in the fucking world right there.
Like, yo, that show from the, that's
like-
pure, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
You
Like,
can find that on
who's on
Amazon
board
for
or
you
who's
guys who
not.
are looking for it.
Yeah.
That's on Amazon. So Clint, I'm
And
gonna
I
ask you
think
this.
to piggyback. Go ahead.
Go
I'm
for it.
gonna ask you and Cab this. As you guys move forward in your comedic career, Cab, I'm gonna start with Cab because Cab got my last name. Cab, I don't know your mama. I don't know how you got that name, but it's all good. But Cab,
From his dad.
Yeah, it's my mom. It's my dad actually. Yeah. Pop.
you know,
That's how it works.
You have a
we,
dad.
hey, we might need a DNA test because I was out there pretty thick, you know.
They
But
get all
anyway,
that same
no.
business
My
that
mom.
bro.
Wow.
But Cab, so
Yeah, go ahead.
Cab, as you've come into this this comedy, man, and you are really fucking great at it. You know what I'm saying? So now, Cab and Clint, we are moving forward in this comedy. and there's young folks that are following behind you guys. Clint, you made a fucking tremendous impact positively to comedy by your short films. Cab, I met you while you were opening up for Clint Coley. What is the next avenue to get the next comedian who's coming behind you to follow into somewhat of the same footprint to be able to be as successful as you guys have been?
I think like what Clint said is that it's not this linear thing. It's this is this circular non-linear experience. Like before Clint was opening for DL, he was doing his own thing. Like he was doing his own shit, just like so many people were. But then one thing led to another, led to a podcast. Like for me, before I was with Clint, like I was still producing my own show. I was still in LA. I still produce my own show now, and now, it seems right for us to tour and do the dope thing and then see where it goes. Maybe it turns into a fucking movie. Like maybe it turns into a fucking marquee. Maybe it turns into a television show, Clint and Cab, But when you're working on, your own thing and trying to be great in your own right, you're not like, yo, it's gonna be this promotion tier, and then I'm gonna get that next promotion tier, and then I'm gonna be that senior comic tier, because so much of it is out of your hands. Like DL, for example, his career took on many different forms. He had the show, he hosts Comic View, like he and then became a king of comedy. So, and then touring all around the world. But do you think when he got into it that it was like the King's Comedy didn't exist? Right. There's so much shit. And he was opening for Robin Harris. Like Robin Harris passed away, so the nigga had to do some other shit. So
True.
So it's hard to, like, what Clint's saying is like, you want to be like, yo, this is the finite way to do it. But so much of it is like constant rediscovery and constant pivoting, but also getting to the truth of who you are. So for Clint, something like a not to speak for you, you have to speak for yourself. But the World Series of Spades, that's something that's salient to him that is like, that's probably been on the burner, since he ever loved it. You know what I mean? But that's something that he doesn't need DL or need me or need anybody to put out. So long story short, is just find what you love to do in it and follow that. And me as a younger comedian in it, it's like me building out my voice and continuing to follow that. But it might change. It might change that path.
Cap, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing stand-up for 3 years.
3 years.
You're really good to be. You're really good for 3 years, man.
Thanks, man.
Really,
Thanks,
really
man.
good.
I appreciate it.
Listen, everyone that's listening right now, we have been blessed with being able to converse with Clint Coley. Man, if
I got some questions. You ain't gonna
no. This is the thing. Some of you motherfuckers is gonna look back and go, they actually had Clint Coley. And I look at this young man, and I say young man because March 16th, I can't remember the year, but it had to be about 2016 to 2017. And I see this guy on stage, and I'm sitting from his point of view to the right. And I'm like in awe of his presence. I went there for D.L. Hughley, but I'm in awe of this guy's presence. His performance was awesome. I was there for a friend of mine's 50th birthday or something like that, and we decided to go to a comedy show. And Clint, I have to tell you, I saw you before doing your short films. Beautiful cast. I don't know their names. But then when I saw you on stage, it was like this guy had validated himself as being And you know what? We kind of talked about this before we started the show. The Prince of comedy.
Hey, man, what the man?
And you know, Clint is going to send me an email and say, you're a fucking asshole. I told you not to talk about that. Let me tell you something. This brother has, by far, since 2016 to now, 2021, has validated himself to remove everybody that was before him to moving them behind him. This guy, you gotta listen to this dude. His comedy is so fucking off the chains and it's a fucking original.
Yo, he can't even take it seriously.
I'm telling you, I'm blown away by this guy's ability to be able to hold a crowd. So, you know, I can appreciate you guys for what you do. I can appreciate the fact that you came on to this, you know, 2 Cent the podcast. I'm loving it right now. DeAngelo, go ahead.
My man Scooter, he a comedian too.
He getting this shit on right now.
No,
he listening to this shit.
No, my man Scooter he FaceTimed me because we friends and he just wanted to, you know, I guess he wanted to check on me, man. What's up,
put him
Scooter?
on the camera right there.
Put him on the camera. Okay. We're putting Scooter on the camera.
Man, I got a real question, man.
Hey, Scooter. I'm sorry, you're not Louis G, but we
wait.
love you anyway.
Wait, what?
I had to throw that shot out
We
there.
don't even
Scooter.
know Scooter.
Hey, where's Scooter from?
Scooter from Philly.
All right, that's
Okay.
what it is, Philly. Hey,
Philly is just taking over the world when it
listen,
comes to entertainment.
I got a real question, man, and I ain't saying your question ain't
Yo,
real.
what is
man.
going on?
You know,
Yeah.
let's hurry up.
All
Hurry
right,
this
we're
thing
going to
on.
wrap it up. Listen, I got one question for both of y'all real quick, Clint and then Cap. Biggest regret in this business and what you should have did and didn't do, and now you learn from
Start
the
at Clinton.
Yeah, that's what
Start at Clint.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
sorry.
saying.
I don't have any, dog. Like I legit, what do I have? Like that's if you regret shit, I'm sorry. Like then you are holding on to something that you should have been let go.
Cap.
Like, all right.
Damn.
I had to cut him off.
Damn.
Listen, hey, listen. I'm sorry. Hey, my producer is in the background talking about hurry this shit up, motherfuckers.
Shit, I'll take the answer. What I meant was like the fuck you fucked up and then you fucking could correct later, but you said you don't got no regrets and fucking
Okay,
Kelly,
Cap,
I ain't gonna let you
what you got?
Just now that he said that, now it almost nullifies my
Clint ain't
regret.
never fucking with us no more or Cap.
The only regret I probably would have was just starting earlier. You know what I mean? Just like undoing the voices in my head that said I couldn't do it and just pushing through that and being like, fuck it, no doubts. So just the doubt piece. That's about it.
Yo, this shit crazy.
We are sitting here today with none other than a guy that always sits to my left.
Clint is never fucking with you again.
DeAngelo Gillespie. We are also sitting here with, I'm telling you, I'm not bullshitting you. I don't owe this man shit.
man,
I don't
come
owe
on.
him nothing. But he is in my top 5 comedians. And he comes up there with Red fucking Fox. Red Fox. D.L. Hughley. Clint Coley. Bernie Mac. And I got a shout out to Kevin Hart. This man is in my fucking top 5s, and I appreciate him for everything that he has done.
Kevin Hart in your top 5.
Yeah.
Are you
Listen,
serious?
motherfucker.
He falling in for Patrice O'Neal?
Listen, we don't want to
Falling in-
go outside and fight.
I'm just saying, man, that shit was that was
We don't want to go outside and fight.
that was a reach.
You know what? Richard Pryor is in there.
How is Richard Pryor not in there? But
You know what? Listen,
man.
Richard Pryor is not in my top 5.
Just wrap the podcast.
No,
up, 'cause you done said some shit I
listen.
can't even
Richard
stand
is
it.
not in my top 5 because I discovered, and I'm going to say this
Tell me,
to
who you
our
top 5 again?
audience.
Who you top 5 again?
Listen, Clint Coley,
Okay.
D.L. Hughley,
Okay.
Red Fox,
Okay.
all right? Kevin Hart.
Okay, go ahead. And who else?
Listen.
That's your top 5?
That and Bernie Mac. That's my top 5. Fucking 5. You're gonna fucking accept it, and it's gonna be what it is.
So Eddie Murphy ain't in your top 5.
You know what? Listen, I'm not. No, I
You
don't
know
want to
what?
get sued.
My
but
top
I'm
five. My top five real quick. Patrice O'Neal, Tyler Craig.
Ooh, you had to throw in Patrice.
Patrice O'Neal is fucking.
He's dope as shit.
Just because he passed away don't mean he ain't fucking dope. Watch Elephant in the Room if y'all ain't never fucking seen.
Clint,
I ain't gonna even do this with you, but just know
Clint. Hold on.
Just let's wrap it up, man.
Hey, my producer is sitting over here like fucking wrap this shit up. Clint Coley, what's your top one?
Top one.
Top one.
Top one what?
Comedian.
Oh,
Favorite comedian, Clint?
my dad.
There it is.
Rest in peace to your dad. 2020, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, Cap.
Yeah.
What's your top comedian? Chris Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it.
How the fuck Chris don't make your top five?
You know what, man? It's too many.
Just wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in as we were able to converse with Clint Coley, Cap Washington. Some way they stole my name, but you know, it is what it is. This has been another episode of 2 Cent the Podcast, and we appreciate you guys listening. Thank you so much, Clint Coley, for being here, Cap Washington, and Mr. Single out here in these streets,
Forever.
hoeing around.
Hey man, hold on. Don't put no sauce on the shit, nigga.
Okay.
Just
Now,
play the music.
all right, there we go.
Hey man, Chris Rock is funnier than DL. I mean, I like DL.
You stop it with that bullshit.
This has been 2 Cents, the podcast, hosted by Clinton Washington, with co-host DeAngelo Gillespie, brought to you by Underway Entertainment and Pound the Pavement Productions. Thanks for listening.